Before colonization, Africa wasn't isolated. It was a global trading powerhouse. From the gold-laden caravans of the Trans-Saharan routes to the maritime superhighways of the Swahili Coast, Africa shaped the economies of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Today, we reveal the hidden history of Africa's extensive trade networks and their lasting impact on the world. For over 1,000 years, the Trans-Saharan trade routes linked West Africa to the Mediterranean world. These routes brought gold from the empires of Ghana, Mali, and Songhai to North Africa and beyond. In return, the region received salt, horses, textiles, and luxury goods. Major commodities traded gold, salt, textiles, and weapons. Key trade cities: Timbuktu, Gao, Jenne. Mansa Musa, the emperor of Mali, was so wealthy that his pilgrimage to Mecca caused inflation in Egypt because of the sheer amount of gold he gave away. On Africa's eastern coast, a network of powerful Swahili city-states controlled trade with Arabia, India, and even China. The Swahili Coast was a melting pot of cultures where African merchants spoke a unique blend of Bantu and Arabic, and where Chinese porcelain was as common as local pottery. Chinese explorer Zheng He's fleet visited the Swahili Coast in the early 15th century, proving Africa's role in global maritime trade. The Swahili language, still spoken today, is a fusion of African Bantu and Arabic, reflecting centuries of trade and cultural exchange. The Kingdom of Aksum, located in modern-day Ethiopia, was one of the most powerful trading empires of the ancient world. It controlled the Red Sea trade routes that linked Africa to the Roman Empire, Persia, and India. Aksum was one of the first African civilizations to adopt Christianity, which still influences Ethiopian culture today. In southern Africa, the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe dominated trade between the interior and the Swahili Coast. This kingdom's massive stone structures and thriving gold trade prove Africa's advanced civilization long before European influence. Major commodities traded included gold and copper, iron tools and weapons, cattle and ivory. The name Zimbabwe means House of Stone, referring to the kingdom's grand stone architecture. Despite its immense influence, Africa's role in global trade history has often been erased. But history doesn't lie. Africa was never isolated. It was a key player in the ancient world economy. Africa remains rich in natural resources. The African Continental Free Trade Area is reviving inter-African trade. African entrepreneurs are reconnecting with global commerce. Africa's trade networks were the foundation of a thriving global economy. It's time to reclaim and celebrate this history. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Which African trade empire fascinates you the most? Let us know in the comments. Follow us for more African history and culture. Instagram, your handle. Twitter, your handle. #African trade, #ancient Africa, #Pan-Africanism, #Mali Empire, #Swahili Coast, #Aksum, #Great Zimbabwe, #African history, #AFCFTA, #trade routes, #Africa, before colonization.